Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dunnett. Welcome.
Thank you very much. See if I can handle the PowerPoint here. It's going to be about 50-50. Madam Mayor and members of the General Issue Committee, my name is Greg Dunnett, and for those of you I haven't had the pleasure of meeting, I'm honored to introduce myself as the relatively new President and CEO of the Hamilton Chamber of Commerce. I love this city. I was born and raised in Dundas, went to school at McMaster, and have chosen to build a career and a family here in Hamilton. I've also had the opportunity to work on several important community building projects over the past 10 years, including opening Tim Hortons Field, launching Forge FC, and bringing the Grey Cup back to Hamilton for the first time in 25 years. I've seen firsthand the community pride that emanates throughout this great city. As much progress as our community has made in the past decade, we find ourselves now on the precipice of a transformational period that comes around once every few generations. As leaders in this community, it is incumbent on each of us to steer Hamilton through this incredible opportunity before us and to lead from the front to ensure that we have the talent and infrastructure needed to support the incredible growth that is ahead for Hamilton. Today, I'm here to speak on behalf of our 1,000 businesses who proudly employ over 75,000 people in our community. As you will see in the presentation, our team has played a leading role in keeping our community safe by providing guidance to businesses throughout the pandemic. We have also played a leading role in strengthening Hamilton's economy, from helping to secure the LRT, to distributing over 300,000 free rapid tests to Hamilton businesses, to launching Hamilton Day to support the recovery of our small and medium business community, celebrating shopping local. Harnessing the collective energy of our membership and focusing it on building a thriving, healthy, and prosperous Hamilton is what we are prioritizing every day. A quick scan will highlight other examples of how I've been able to deliver value to Hamiltonians, not only for our members, but for hundreds of thousands of those who have seen a positive impact by our local economy. We've worked through our COVID concierge program, identified gender wage gaps for our women out of work program, worked with our partners on the LRT. We're helping to build a more positive future for our youth with our energy harvesting initiative. We've provided HR supports to small businesses with our Now Hiring Hamilton program, and we've worked and consulted with our membership to provide guidance on the provincial, federal, and municipal elections. We also continue to bring and host great events to our community, like the Canada Innovation Corridor Summit. As we turn our eyes to the future and positioning our community for growth, we need to make sure our business community has resources and talent it needs to be successful. A prospering business community is essential for creating a strong and sustainable Hamilton. In our downtown, we are set for multiple transformational city building projects to occur simultaneously, namely the redevelopment of our downtown entertainment assets, the demolition of the Hamilton City Centre, and LRT construction. It is imperative that we provide support to the entrepreneurs who have been at the forefront of transforming our downtown into a cultural and culinary hub. These businesses have added so much vibrancy, culture, and excitement and revitalized our downtown. Now these downtown business owners who have been at the forefront of creating a sense of community and pride in our city need support and guidance to navigate through this transitionary time. It is incumbent on council to provide additional supports to ensure that the businesses that shaped our downtown renaissance survive through this growth phase. Small business owners are the lifeblood of our economy, the engines of progress, and the creators of jobs. They need our help. I also had the privilege of taking part in one of Director of Economic Development Norm Schlehan's famous van tours of Hamilton. And as we drove from business park to business park, the potential of our community was on full display. We are now attracting businesses that less than a decade ago we could only dream of here in Hamilton. And I've had the opportunity to meet with many of the leaders of those organizations, and the message is the same. We have jobs, we need workers, and we lack the transportation options to get employees to work. We need to be forward-thinking in how we support these businesses as they are creating thousands of new quality jobs in our community. And currently our commitment to transportation and infrastructure is trailing, and we need to ensure that the workers can get to and from work safely. The future of Hamilton is bright, and there's much opportunity in front of us. Our team at the Chamber is here to support Council and ask you to be forward-thinking and bold in building our city's future. That means providing the short-term supports required to get through our city's transformation while also ambitiously building our community for the future. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to working with all of you in the coming weeks, months, and years.
Thank you, Mr. Dunnett. Congratulations on your new appointment. We look forward to hearing your advice in the coming years. Any questions for our guest? Councillor Tom Jackson, please.
Thank you very much, Chairman Clark, and good to see you again, CEO Dunnett. Thank you for coming in. Can you give, as a former small business owner, when I tour around the city of Hamilton, see a number of small businesses having the sign hiring in the front windows, and yet the paradox and what seems to be a contradictory, more positive message is we see the $100 million investment of Sierra Foods up on Glover Road. We see the recent expansion to
Question,
come.
Please.
Okay, so I was trying, thank you, Chairman Clark, you always keep us on track. I was trying to give what seems to be a dichotomy between small business in our community having hiring signs up across the city versus what seems to be good news stories of major company investments. Can you give us a handle, as you're the head of over 1,000 businesses with the Chamber, can you give us maybe your take on exactly what's going on in the economy in our community and possibly what the municipality could do more? How did I do, Chairman Clark?
You did very well the second time. Thank you, Councillor. Mr. Dunnett, please.
Through the chair, I think the growth on the large business side is definitely there. I think when we look at our small business owners and those leaders in our community, there's been just a major change in the job market and how people look at jobs. And I think it's very important that we, as leaders in our community and at all levels of government, start to look at new and unique ways to better train and close the skill gap for them. You know, small businesses, if the job is not enjoyable or doesn't provide the resources necessary, the youth of today and others are not taking those roles. And I think we need to help provide those connections of those employees to those jobs, right? I know there are many people looking for work, but I think they're also being more selective in the work they choose. And I think working with our small businesses to create that value proposition to get the employees to work for the employers is going to be very important. We have sat in on roundtables with our tourism organizations, and they just can't compete, and they're losing their event planners to just different roles in our community. And so we have to almost take a step back and look at how we're training people for roles and reconnecting them to maybe even, you know, sometimes it may be even having businesses work together to create a job and opportunity to train them and create the skills necessary, because sometimes jobs that used to be a 15, 20-hour role for a few weeks, people are no longer interested in. So we have to get creative in how we create those opportunities.
Thank you. Councillor, supplemental question?
Supplementary quick question, Chairman Clark. Thank you through you to the delegate. I was a very big supporter of last Mayor Eisenberger's recovery task force coming out of the pandemic. Do you feel overall it was targeted and successful, Greg? And is there even more the municipality looking at this budget and further down the road can do as hopefully we're coming out of the pandemic permanently? That's my last question through you, Chairman Clark.
Thank you, Councillor. Mr. Dunnett, please.
Through the chair, I think it was successful. I think there's always opportunities for improvement, and I know I can speak on behalf of our board and all of our staff at the Chamber. We're here to support in any way possible and are glad to work with anybody throughout our community to help support and grow the business community here. So we will continue to work through opportunities such as the one you just discussed and help push this community forward. We have to get creative. We've got a massive opportunity in front of us, and we need to solve the short-term issues, but also make sure we're looking long-term, because our city is going to look incredibly different in the next 10 years.
Thank you for your enthusiasm, CEO. Thank you, Chairman Clark.
Thank you, Councillor. Any further questions of Mr. Dunnett? Seeing none, thank you for your attendance.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Our next presentation is Sue Markey, Respecting Increasing Staffing and Green Infrastructure. This will be a virtual presentation. Sue, are you there?
Yeah.